Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for dialing into our webinar today. My name is Eloise Freigang and I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Beedle. Today I'm joined with my colleague Sverrer. Together we would like to showcase Beedle to you and why we think Beedle is a great addition for your school or organization. I will start with a quick overview on Beedle, and Sverrer will then take us on a journey into the Beedle solutions. And we will also have some time left for Q&A at the end. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the chat window and we will address them during the Q&A. By the end of our time today, we hope you will feel more comfortable and confident about starting with Beedle. Why Beedle? We believe that many learning management systems are at the end of their life cycle. Globally, many schools are using outdated and disconnected systems. Keeping so many systems up to date, providing support for their users can be challenging, costly, and time-consuming. And when data needs to be shared between many applications, it becomes difficult to ensure that they all work and play well together. In addition, there is a big risk to data security and integrity with disconnected and outdated systems. And of course, reporting becomes so complicated. It goes without saying that teachers are very busy and that they rather want to use their time on their students than mundane tasks. For teachers, it is hard to use so many systems. Also, teachers find it very hard to practice hybrid teaching, and they have really no time for coaching students individually. Class content is many times poorly organized for students, and assignments are not embedded in class content. And students often lack targeted feedback and personalization. Parents lack easy visibility into their children's education and development and a convenient way to connect with school and teachers. And this can lead to low parent involvement. Parents are more likely to be involved if we make it easy for them. And this is why we created Beedle as an app or an add-in in Microsoft Teams for education. It is designed specifically for teachers to manage all aspects of their work within one simple app. And you can get it as a tab in Microsoft Teams within minutes. Beedle supercharges Microsoft Teams for education and creates powerful education functionality in one managed system. And some of our main benefits are that it streamlines workflows into one platform. Thus, the teachers get a much easier and simpler way to manage their class. And of course, also for the school, this results in low implementation costs, little training as the system is so easy to use, low maintenance costs, and much less overhead or IT management. Now, Beedle builds on existing Microsoft functionality like assignments, and those can be organized and built into the teacher's planning. So that means teachers do not have to leave Teams as they get one solution all within the Teams environment. Now, our current modules, as you can see on the screen, includes planning, parent app, class list, journal, attendance, objectives, calendar, and assessment. And we have also some great upcoming modules, and these include dashboards, student profile, analytics, and coming very soon is even more powerful one-to-one teacher and parent communication. Now, in a bit, Sverrer will take you through a journey through these various modules. We have found that Beedle impacts the whole school's ecosystem. We conducted a study to measure how much an average teacher is spending today running a multitude of systems versus when they use Beedle and Microsoft Teams. And we have found that teachers can save up to 30 hours per month. That is incredible. A lot of time is saved as they're using a single system and they don't have to log into so many systems. They have so much better processes and workflows, and they save a lot of time in preparation and reporting, reusing and copying lessons and plans to any team and school year. Also, collaboration and communication is so much easier and faster, whether with other teachers or the students or the parents. It is a complete game changer. And you don't just have to take our word for it. Beedle is loved by teachers and trusted by schools all around the world. In fact, we have over 700 schools in more than 80 countries trying and running the Beedle solutions. Here are what some of our users are saying, and I will give you a minute to review this. Please also note that we will send you the recording and the slides, so you can also review it later on in detail.
In this demo, I'm going to show you Beedle inside of Microsoft Teams. Beedle offers many features in Microsoft Teams that helps make Teams feel more like a learning management system, allowing teachers to grade all different types of assessments, organize content for their students, and reuse this content, and help increase communication between parents and students. The first feature I'm going to show you is something called Beedle Planning. Inside of Beetle Planning, you'll notice that we have many different lessons on the left-hand side. You can organize these as units or as lessons, and you can expand these to see the different ways that we can organize our content for our students. So in this situation, we have a unit called school year and broken down by weeks all the way into the days. And you can also organize them by specific units of content. In this case, we have a book that we're reading and some of the lessons that would be associated with this entire unit. So with Beetle Planning, with the tab at the top that you can see here, we have a list of lessons that we have made available to our students. So selecting our first lesson here called Telling Stories, you'll notice on the right-hand side, it will load all of the content that we have for this lesson. You'll notice that we have a Word document, we have a picture from the book. If I click on this link here, this is going to bring me to a OneNote notebook. So we're embedding all of these different types of content inside of one lesson, making this space very easily and accessible for all of your students. All of the files that you have uploaded to this lesson show a preview down at the bottom, very easy for students to select and read. And also, as a teacher, you can hide any of these uh, files if you would like. If it's just for teachers, if it's a lesson plan or something that students don't need to see. So you can easily add any type of files. They can be new files, they can be links like I showed you with the OneNote notebook or a website. You can create templates. So these would be reusable files that you would use for multiple lessons throughout the school year. And you can upload any pre-created content. At the very top, we have some teacher notes. This will help you guide yourself or other teachers if you're sharing this lesson throughout the content. Navigating at the top, we have an assignments tab. This is where we can add any assignment to this lesson. So these are Microsoft Teams assignments. So we're bringing in Microsoft Teams assignments and classroom content all in one space. If a student clicks on this, it's going to navigate them directly to the Microsoft Teams assignment section and bring them to that assignment. So as we're setting up an assignment, we can actually link existing assignments. So this would be any assignments that I have already created inside of this team. I can easily select an assignment and then click link assignments, and they'll be added to this section for my students to be able to complete. I can also create a new assignment if I don't have one already created in this team. I can create a brand new one by clicking create new. And I have a lot of the details that you'll see when you create a Microsoft Teams assignment. You can also select create new assignment and copy from existing. And this is really great for teachers that have multiple teams that are teaching the same exact subject. So if I was teaching another class here, I can select my team, I can go next, and then I can select one of these assignments that I've created in that team. And that's going to copy that assignment and put it into this team. And of course, add it to my section called assignments in Beedle Planning. The third tab that we have at the top right are our objectives. These objectives are created inside of a Beedle objectives for teachers, where they can create any custom objectives, or they can copy and paste any objectives or standards for their state or country. These will be only visible by teachers, but it is allowing the teachers to see that they are covering all of the standards or content for that school year. To the right of that, we have a calendar option where we can add a specific date and time to this lesson of when this will be taught. And one really nice thing with that is when you click on the calendar tab at the top, this will show any events or any of those lesson plans on the calendar itself. Going back to planning, the new feature that we have here is we can actually publish or unpublish lessons. So if a lesson is not ready for students to see, we can simply toggle that off and the students cannot see it. You'll notice that the green dot is now missing. If we toggle this back on, then we have the green dot back on. Students can now see this lesson. As we want to reuse content from year to year or share them with other teachers, you can easily click the three dots and we can copy these plans to an entire team. So if a unit is already complete and we want to copy this to another team, hit the three dots and copy plans to a team. And then you're going to select whatever team that you want. So I'm going to select the team and the channel, clicking next. I then have the option of selecting objectives and assignments that are included in this unit or in these plans. If I don't want them, I can easily uncheck the box, but always checked by default are all of the plans with the resources in this entire plan. And then you can click the Start Copy button, and all of those files and all that information will be copied over to another team. We are now going to move to Beedle Class List. With Beedle Class List, you will then be able to create custom groupings and call on students at random. So how do we call students at random? We can click the student button and it's going to highlight and lift up one of these students. So if you are figuring out what student needs a specific job in the class, or if you are calling on students at random, selecting this student button is very nice, giving you that option of all of your students in your class and selecting a student at random. You can also enable groups. So if you are creating a situation where students are going to engage in a project or in smaller group activities, you can select the number of groups you want to create or the number of students per group. I'm going to select the number of groups and I can adjust that number here in the box, or I can slide this to adjust the number as well. Once I have the desired number of groups that I want, I'm going to simply click the shuffle button, and now I have 5 random groups where all of my students are in these separate groups A through E. If these are not the groups that I want, I can click shuffle again and continue to shuffle until I find a grouping that I like. I can also manually move students from one group to another and allow me to customize these groups. So if I want one group maybe a little bit bigger, I could do that. Maybe I find that Young is absent. I can drag and drop him into the absent group. Now he won't be included in this group. So when I do shuffle again, Young will stay in the absent group and not be included. Once I find the groupings that I like, I can share my screen with my students, or I can export this as a Word, Excel, or I can print this or even save it as a PDF. Moving to Journal, that's also in Class List. This is an area where you can give feedback to your students, where other teachers or their parents can also see the feedback that you give them. So in this situation, I'm going to select Alex Wilbur, one of my students, and I want to leave some feedback for him from today's lesson. I can click the Create New Comment button, and then I can simply write my comment in this section here. After I'm done writing my comment, I then want to figure out, who am I going to share this with? Am I going to share this comment with other teachers that Alex has? Do I want to share this with Alex? So sometimes it might be a private comment. Maybe something I want to take note about Alex's behavior, or something I can do to support him better. And maybe I don't want Alex to see that, but maybe I want his class teachers to see that. If it is feedback that I want Alex to see, I will select that. And in one of our future updates, we will also include parents here as well. So parents will be able to see this comment in the parent app. After I write my comment here, I can also put tags to this comment. And tags are really nice because these tags are filterable. So I can actually find all of my comments that I left for Alex with the tag feedback, and I can search those at a later time, allowing me to see all the times that I sent a comment with the tag feedback in there. With the filter button, I can click this. I can search for specific tags like feedback, and all of those comments will show here. And this is really nice because if a parent is not connected to Beedle, they can receive these comments, and I can actually print these or download them as an Excel spreadsheet and then share with the parents in whatever mode of communication that you may have. I can also select a date range, which is great as well. So I can see all of the comments for the month of January, or between several months or several weeks. Then in the attendance section for class list, this is where we can register attendance for all of our students or for specific students. If I want to register attendance for all or almost all, we're going to deselect Alex here. I can click register, and I'm going to say that all of my students are here, and I'm going to click save. I'm then going to say that Alex is late. And if he is late, I'm going to say that it was an authorized late. Maybe he had a pass from another class and he was 5 minutes late. And I can leave a specific comment. I can say with pass and go ahead and click save. Maybe I made a mistake and said Ashley was actually absent. So I can select Ashley. I can register that she is absent all day or half of the day. Or I can select an absent date. Maybe this was an older date that I would like to register the attendance. And I can put a comment in there as well. I'm going to select all day. I'm going to say this is an unauthorized because I don't see a parent note from her. And I'm going to click save. Now you'll notice here there's a lot of details with our attendance. It shows late and absence, all color coded, and the duration, the comment, the date that I registered the attendance. So we have a lot of details that are within this section.